Und damit willkommen zurück zu The Great Ace Attorney Resovle 2 Chronicles. Yay! Gott, damit bin ich irgendwann mal froh, wenn ich diesen Titel actually nicht mehr sagen muss. Ja? Nein? Eventuell? Maybe? Zumindest bin ich irgendwann mal froh nach geschlagenen über 130 Parts gefühlt, also oder noch mehr. Sind wir mal realistisch, ist das schon immer wieder so eine nennenswerte Sachlage. Sagen wir das mal so, wie es ist. Dementsprechend, let's go, würde ich mal sagen. An expert in forensic medicine, my lord, Professor Chujin Mikotoba, 16 years ago, he came to London with Shishiro Chikoku and Genshin Asogi as a resident student, and all could his testimony possibly tell us. Professor Mikotoba was the premier assistant during the autopsy in question. He was also the person who actually penned the report. Incorrect. The autopsy was carried out by the coroner, Dr. Wilson. The report carries his signature. It was the premier assistant duty to keep a written record of the coroner's work during the procedure. In actual fact, the coroner merely read over the report at the end and signed it. In other words, Professor Mikotoba witnessed the entire autopsy from start to finish. The defense demanded that Professor Mikotoba be summoned as a witness as a matter of urgency. Whatever real happened in that autopsy laboratory 10 years ago is something only he can tell us. The defense demanded is the need. What? Professor Mikotoba is in London at this very moment. We could summon him to the stand in minutes. No, of course he is not going to agree to it. Strongheart has no intentions of summoning anyone who knows. He can't consent to consent about proceedings himself. Prosecutor Asogi, let me refresh your memory, as you seem to have forgotten the prosecution stance. Only minutes ago you accused the defendant of being the Reaper and masterminding the assassin exchange. I did, yes. So present your evidence for those claims and make your case complete. I at this time don't have the request evidence, but that's exactly why we need witness testimony. The professor case is closed. There are no clues in the distant past that will bolster your argument today. I'm afraid to say, Prosecutor Asogi, that you would appear to be possessed by the spirit of your late homicidal father. Now, as I stated earlier, this court has already reached a conclusion with respect to the matter at hand. Inspector Craigsons was murdered by Japanese Supreme Court Judge Shishiro Chigoku. As for any hidden circumstances that might exist, they will be investigated in due course by the proper authorities. But we all know what will happen. That will just give the mastermind of the whole Ventura time to cover his tracks again. By which you mean me? Your punishment for this contemptible behavior will be decided at a later date. As for you, Prosecutor Asogi, you will be remanded following those proceedings. Willingly, I trust, since you gave your word. This futile game of revenge is over, young Master Asogi. Das ist natürlich wirklich verdammt hart, jetzt muss man fairerweise sagen. That will be all. I hereby declare this. Hello again, Mr. Sholmes. Sind die rübergerudert mit dem Schiff oder wie soll ich mir das jetzt so schnell vorstellen? Hoch oder wie? Soll ich dann wieder jetzt vorstellen, I guess? Mr. Sholmes? This is no place for amateur deductions, Mr. Sholmes. I remind you that these proceedings are closer to the general public. You will leave the courtroom at once. Mr. Sholmes was instrumental in the apprehension of Shishiro Chigoku before he fled from Europe. The court showed here what he has to say. Lord Mill Strongheart, it's imperative that you refrain from bringing this trial to an end at this stage. Is it really, and why would that be? You need only recall your own words from the opening of the trial to answer the question, if I may. We will stop at nothing to uncover the full truth behind these disturbing findings. Surely it can't be that the shock of being accused of being the Reaper yourself erased that from your memory, can it? The whole truth has already been uncovered. Nee, sehr fairerweise noch nicht, I guess. It would seem that we have a great many important members of the judiciary present here today. I put it to you, my dear fellows, show the trial and its structure. After all, why have you been invited to attend it, to not along to prevarications of your superiors? Order in the court. It seems to me that we stand before a door that leads to a new era of a legal practice, a door that is ajar. Let us emerge from the shadows of the Reaper's decade long ascendancy. For you and you alone, my dear fellows, have the power to push. Ich kann fairerweise schon bald nicht mal vorlesen. this door open now. The auditors in the gallery have no rights to express an opinion on court proceedings silence. He is right. The true judge has absolute... Oh boy. Das wollte er nicht. Fairerweise auch nicht mehr vorlesen, I guess. Oder kann ich, glaube ich, nennenswerterweise machen. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is that? Is the trial should go on some... Ah, man braucht eigentlich bloß so die Massen mobilisieren, dann wird das schon. My lord. Oh boy. A toast to my dependent colleagues in the gallery. Well, my lord, you hear the voice of British justice, I take it. I think you'll find it will be rather awkward to silence. The court will recess briefly. But das geht weiter, I guess. I have no intention of shrinking from these allegations. I leave arrange for the subpoena of the witness at once. As soon as the gentlemen arrive at the courthouse, we shall reconvene. A recess won't be necessary, my lord. Pardon. Mikotoba is a close friend of mine. He accompanied me today, is waiting in the chamber as we speak. I do believe he's been enjoying a little trip down memory lane. In fact, what? Professor Mikotoba is here in the courthouse? Mr. Jones, you didn't know this would happen, did you? My dear fellow, no one is in a better position to answer that question than you, surely. I wasn't just asking for the fun of it, you know. Well, I must thank you for your assistance in this matter, Mr. Jones. However, you are of neither use here. Kindly leave the courtroom at once. But of course, in truth, I find myself rather busy now as a result of this development. Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. I trust you have Iris' little lucky charm with you. Absolutely. It's still in my pocket. She sends her regrets and a reminder, if you find yourself at a dead end, the ears are at your disposal. Just one hook if you please. Oh, of course. Also irgendwie bin ich schon froh, dass ich den Part vorher beendet habe, I guess, bevor ich die Aufnahme hier wieder gestartet habe. Weil so viel wie ihr das Spiel gekommen ist, I guess, in that case, the trial will continue without delay. Bailiff, show the witness to the stand. Also Gefühle, fühlt sich das jetzt hier schon wieder nach einem to be continue an, I guess. Zumindest behaupte ich das jetzt mal. So it's Lord Strongheart, he's the Reaper of the Bailey. Where exactly is this trial going to take me, I wonder? Just how deep am I about to be plugged into the blackness of the abyss? Made in abyss? Wieso komme ich gerade da drauf? I guess. I weiß nicht. Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to head into the heart of its maelstrom. and confront whatever horrors it tries to drown me under. Ich musste das jetzt auch noch holen, oder? Aber ein To Be Continue. Dann speichern wir mal ab und sagen, yo. Aber doch mal weiter, jetzt halt weiter, würde ich mal behaupten. Goddammit. Über 5 Monate später bin ich jetzt immer noch beim zweiten Teil von dem Spiel. Yay! Sie macht jetzt auch noch eine Aussage? Ja, ja. Dann ist sie auch noch mal dabei. Oh boy. Ja, es wird ein heiterer Spaß jetzt. Oh Gott. So witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. Chojin Mikotoba, lecturer in forensic medicine at the Imperial Chumei University in Tokyo, Japan. And Professor Mikotoba, the young lady beside you is... this is Dr. Maria Gorey, Scotland Yard practicing Corona. The daughter of Dr. Sieht, I understand, is Dr. Sieht. I'm afraid I can't tell you. While she's here, she just appeared. Stand wohl noch nicht vor Gericht, I guess. You summon this strange Japanese man as a witness to that autopsy. But you don't summon Mama. That makes no sense. She was there too. That about the size of it. I've had her eyes boring into the side of my cheek constantly whilst I was in the chamber too. Poor man, the idea of it making me shrewder. The revelations about Dr. Sieht that came to light some days ago defiled the reputations of the judiciary. She was therefore demanded unfit to appear as a witness in today's proceedings. The Ministry of Justice decision on that is final. Well, we wouldn't want any more perjury to be committed, would we? Wir werden jetzt also zu dritt eine Aussage machen. Geil, dann habe ich zumindest in der nächsten Part zumindest mal wieder was zum Auseinandernehmen, muss ich mal sagen. The Ministry of Justice. Würde ich someone questionable. The strings are you being pulled, I think. I remember you, Dr. Mikotoba. But I certainly never expected to be meeting under this circumstance. Yes, it's been a long while, Lord Strongheart. The prosecution understands that you were a visiting student of forensic science in London until 10 years ago. That's right, I studied under Dr. Wilson at St. Sinners. So you were present at the autopsy of my brother, Lord Clint von Six. I was, yes, I assisted Dr. Wilson with the entire procedure. Mama is far more skilled than any Japanese man. Well, Dr. Wilson asked me to be his premier assistant on that acquisition, and this autopsy report was actually penned by you, I believe. Yes, I noted all of the doctor's findings, and when we were done, he read through the document and signed it. Poor Mama, as a secondary assistant, she would have had such a good view of all the innards. So, Professor, do you remember Inspector Gregson? Yes, of course. If it wasn't for his insistence, Lot von 6 autopsy would never have happened. But he was absolutely convicted that it would reveal decisive evidence against Genshin, you see. So Lord von Strongheart had to entreat the nobility to allow it to take place. To correct me if I'm wrong, my lord. It was as a result of that autopsy that mass murder was apparent and justice was done. But Gregson admitted it before he was killed. He admitted that results of the autopsy were fabricated. You were there at the time, so you must testify. You have an obligation to tell the truth about what really went on. Absolutely, that's precisely why I'm here. And that's why I'm here too. Heißt also dementsprechend, einer wird jetzt was aussagen und die anderen werden dann einfach ihren Kommentar dazu abgeben, wenn man ihn dann befragt, oder wie soll ich das jetzt Ganze verstehen? So ganz klar komme ich da fairerweise noch nicht drauf, muss ich sagen. Very well, then you will give your formal testimony, no witness. But before you begin, a word of warning. Oh. You will state truthfully and accurately what you saw and what you heard at the time. I wouldn't dream of doing otherwise, my lord. The moment your testimony forgets on suppositions, I will expel you from my courtroom. Remember that. The Autopsy of Clint fand sich gut. Da kann er irgendwas alleine was dazu sagen, fairerweise. From my own observations, I couldn't say there was any indications of the autopsy results having been fabricated. This result from a wound made by a Western style what transfixing their heart that I would little strange. There were no other signs of international judiciary, nothing questionable at all. It was just beautiful but dangerous piece of evidence removed from the man's stomach. Presumed to have been swallowed by the victim as a way of both to mostly identify his assailant. Das haben wir jetzt nennenswerterweise irgendwas rausfinden, oder wie soll ich das Ganze hier verstehen, muss ich sagen. No indication, nothing to suggest a fabrication question. Professor Mikotoba, are you content about that? Well, nothing that I could positively identify as such, much less that to in testimony art. Well, that clears things up nicely. The only fabrication here, Sogi, has came from you. What? Ja, das ist schon sehr, sehr merkwürdig, muss ich fairerweise sagen, aber diese Merkwürdigkeiten, über die wir hier bereden und da was da noch auf uns zukommen wird, dies und vieles mehr erfahren wir beim nächsten Mal. Vielen Dank fürs Einschalten und bis zum nächsten Mal. Auf Wiedersehen, meine Lieben.